Hello guys, it's Mozzarella back here with another Favcast. This time it's gonna be a little lower rated game on Canis 4v4 or 5v5, I can't remember. I think it's 4v4. It's 4v4. Already off to a great start. So up here is gonna be Team 1. Down here is Team 2. Scoreboard is very wrong this time. Alright, so first up for Team 1, we have Gato Samurai, Gato Samurai, with a, I don't know, did he walk for that? He might have. He's going Yellow Cybran. We've got Argon going, I don't know, Tan Cybran? We'll call it Tan. We have Starstream 88. That's, he's gonna have to move for those P-gens, which isn't ideal. Anyways, he's going White Cybran, my favorite color. We have Shadow Flames going Gray Cybran. So flush Cybran for the top team. Considering the ratings of this game, that's kind of, unexpected. I would expect a, UEF from a lot of lower rated players is typically what you get. Down here for the Team 2, their highest rated player, we have Ed D. I'll just call him Eddie. He is going Maroon Cybran. Dark maroonish, I don't know. Then we have Apex Prime going Blue Aeon. That's an interesting build order. I wonder if he stalled. Barely. Or almost did. Then we have an idle ACU over here for Demian, going light blue Seraphim. Probably should have said he's dark blue, not just blue. And up here, last but not least, we have Jojomis. Jojimus? Whatever. Anyways, going red UEF. We've got typical engineers, a little bit of rating out for Shadow Flames. You know, the teams, they could use some balance. We got 1,000 versus a 500, there's a 700 versus a 500. You know, that's not that bad. But then we have an 1,100 versus an 800, and a 1,000 versus a 600, so teams could be a little better in terms of spot balance. But, you know, we weren't there, so nothing I can do about it. And we have Eddie taking these mexes from the air player, who is going to have one hell of a stall. He already is stalling like a motherfucker. Way too many engineers on that, not nearly enough reclaiming. Usually on this map, when I'm air player, I'm reclaiming here, here, and a few NGs up here, you know, taking this guy's reclaiming shit. We got Mech Marine out for Demian, we got Mech Marine, actually that's a Mantis from Shadow Flames, we got Mantis from Shadow Flames over here, gonna be able to kill out these two NGs. We've got the ACU for Starstream headed over to his side, as well as Demian. We actually have Argon bringing his ACU over here, which that's gonna make sure that that artillery should be killed anyways. Let's see, we got some scouts out for the bottom team. We actually have this Mech Marine going around, so it will get, well, it should get 2 engineer kills and potentially a mech, unless it's chase down, because land units do have to go all the way around here, then back there to get to it. Potentially the ACU can cut him off, but I don't think it's going to happen. And he's going to actually miss out on these engineer kills. Or at least miss out on one of them, because he did not pay attention at all. Not enough micro, not enough APM potentially. Same thing over here, Mantis got through. Let's see, do they even see that? They do not see that. They do see that, though. What do we have here? We got power lines going down, T2 mexes, T2 mex T2 max, no T2 max. White is going to be behind a lot. Yep. He's only got 6 T1 maxes at the moment, where everyone else has... I shouldn't say that. Demian is also... Well, no, he does have a T2. I didn't see that. So, he's got making some tanks. So it looks like Shadow Flames is spamming. And that's a terrible thing to do. Making 100% artillery, terrible thing to do, should not be done, ever, unless you know how to micro them. But judging by the fact that this guy is 500, I won't hesitate to say I'm not exactly sure that his micro is going to be on point. He is getting T2 land though. See, getting a second T2 max, probably wants to get that up before the T2 land. Let's see, that max was denied by Shadow Flames and that Mantis. There's a Mantis from Gato Samurai. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He has factories over here, waypoints set right there, but they have to go all the way around to get there, which is usually why people in this spot usually build their factories up here with their ACU, which that point defense was absolutely worthless. I probably shouldn't be so critical though. These players are a lot lower rated than me and the people I play with, so, you know, what can I do? Let's see, we have a mass stall for Jonah, I'm just gonna call him Jojo. Is this the first bomber out? We have a bomber out for blue at, 6.5 minutes. Argon is actually going T2 air already and making one hell of a T1 P-Gen build. 17, 18 now. He is on all 4 core T2 mexes though, upgrading one of his outer ones, 2 of them actually. He, moved these up a bit, up here and up here. That's not what you're supposed to do in that spot. This is a land spot that is supposed to hold essentially this side. Argon is in the air spot, which, he apparently doesn't know that, but he might just want to do some other things. So let's see, T2 about 70% on, and we actually have Eddie just getting his mexes, not even getting these mexes. There are 3 vacant mexes in the Hydro. You can make a factory. Instead, he has his ACU on a patrol order, which is not that great. He is getting T2 land. He's sending them up there. There is a huge incursion from Demian. These Mantis... They cannot shoot because they are assisting. 3 of them are assisting, so they can't shoot. Did I see a point defense? I did. What he needs to do is push right in. He'll be... There's like 3 Mantis that can actually shoot, because these 3, of course, are assisting the Hydro, which is a bad idea because of how little build power they have. It would be building faster if he just had this single engineer on it and then those Mantis elsewhere. We have Eddie not having any units to deal with these units from Shadow Flames. We have White just getting his factories up. We've got... No, T2. Terrible idea. Never do this. Ever, ever, ever. One of these goes, on all of this goes. Yikes, that's a terrible sight. He has... Starstream has 1 T2 max at 9 minutes, which usually on this map you should have full T3, or sorry, not T3, full T2 max by around 7 to 8 minutes. Let's see. Yep, these guys got full T3 max, or T2. He's starting to cap his. He's getting T2 power. Got capping T2 maxes. We still have a T1 max down here, which is not a good thing. Got T2 on the outside, T1, 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 T1. Moving his ACU up. That'll be interesting to see how that goes, because not sure how well he'll be able to cover it. We have a large group of units from Shadow Flames moving in. Demian is trying to stop it, but he does not have enough units there. He's making a point defense, but oh, that is a T2 comp. All right. Does he have? He's T2 and gun. That's a dangerous con, assuming the other people don't have much to deal with it. T2 gun com is nasty versus T1 spam. It will just crush these Mantis and walk right over them. There's a large there. Nobody's actually reclaiming. There's a large group of reclaim here, 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 with all of those units that just died. There's reclaim all over the place, and from the looks of it, nobody's getting it. Painful to see. We do have the T2 gun com moving in for Demian. He should be able to do pretty well against these Mantis. That is actually Mantis from Argon, so their air player is actually going land. Usually on the 5v5 version, there's another player like right here where the MX is kind of, this hill's map's a little different. There's a little more room in here. The player's right here, and he usually takes care of this area. Sometimes on the 4v4 version, the air player will, but usually when I see it, it just walls off here, and all of it done. We've got, I assume he's power stalling. He is very power stalling. Jeez. He needs way more assistance on that T2 power. He needs to shut off that shield. Stop the shield, put everything on that power until it is done. Stop making bombers. Let's see. We actually have Argon doing most of the work for yellow over here. We got a bunch of T1 bombers coming out for Jojo. Black will rip them up though. We've got a Deceiver here, so they, well, I guess the bombers can see shit. So it looks like a power stall for Eddie as well. 370 power income, that is pitiful. He has 4 T1 gens, and a Hydro. Again, never do this. And he's trying to go T3 max while building units. That will never end well. Ever. We have 3 T2 power up for Apex. Again, power storage next to your Hydro. Especially, I guess it's not a big deal now because everybody has T2 power up, but especially early game, never. Because, let's say this guy had 3 storage on one side, that Hydra would be fucked, and he would be even more minus, more of a power stall than he is already. Let's see, we've got T2 power going down, T3 max from Argon, who is mass stalling like a bitch, needs to finish that, that storage, needs to get storage around these. Realistically, he should get storage, finish this storage, and get storage around these 2 maxes before going for a T3 max, but he probably didn't realize that he missed it. Let's see, we've got T2 air. Is he gonna go RAS at all? He does not appear to be going RAS. He's mass stalling though, that's for sure. Well, I mean, what can you expect? You know, 5 mexes. Because, Eddie over there is not giving him this max. Well, actually, you know, nobody's claiming this max. Eddie's not giving two shits about trying to win his side. He's letting these three mexes, all this reclaim, the hydro, and all that shit. Just letting the enemy have it if they want it. Not giving two shits about that side. And we have Argon over here not doing his job as heir because he's having to fill in for yellow, whatever the hell he's doing. It does look like there's a Corsair snipe in the making. T2 power, T2 calm. He's making a shield and then going to make a another power, I assume. We'll see. We've got nice few units over here from white. Realistically, he should have T2 by now. Argon saying Beetles, and he is going Ras, and he is stalling like a motherfucker. Good God, that's a lot. Usually you just don't want to stall. There is flak and point defense going up for Jojo. What? He's still stalling energy? No, he's stalling mass now. But that is because he only has 4 T2 maxes. He needs to get these 3 upgraded ASAP, or he's gonna have a very hard time. He also needs to get these 3 capped, and that's a terrible idea. You should, again, I probably shouldn't be so critical, but it's just painful to see some of the things they're doing. Like, if he had, these and these capped, that would be another 12 mass income, bringing him from 31 to about 45. He could also have these upgraded, these 3 maxes, which would, you know, essentially bring him another 12 again, which, you know, an extra 24 mass per tick isn't bad. And plus, if he capped them, that'd be even more. Let's see. Yeah. So, he's getting ready to turtle. We have a push on the ACUs from Argon and Shadow Flames ACUs there, but no units. There's no T1 PD to kill all the mantis. T1 PD is ultimately better. That is T2 com and T2 com with stealth. He is making T1 PD right now, which is the correct thing to do. In this case, I do believe he has... Ooh, that... He could kill them if he were just to walk right in, because there's T2 PD here. There's T1 PD back there. Although he is probably going to get Corsair. Oh, and there's gunships for Shadow Flames. Is he gonna die? Is he gonna die? He's gonna die. And Shadow Flames is dead. Demian is almost dead. 4,700 health. He does have a vet though, so vet and T2, so 33 health per regen per second. That is more than enough to survive T1. Now the issue is these Corsairs. He needs to get rid of them ASAP, or they will fuck his day up. There are some T1 bombers going for the T2 point defense. You need to get moving, bud. You are too low to just stop. 3 Corsairs above them and 1,500 health. One of them, or 2 of them go down. One more, and it is going to get 1 pass on the shield, actually. So, if there's any more... Oh, oop, TML. That's going to kill him. That is so going to kill him. Bye-bye. Boom. So we have a bunch of reclaim, open mexes all the way over here for Shadow Flames AC going up, and then we have a bunch of mexes in this corner of the map, open by Demian, ready to be taken by his team. And let's see, Apex has Ras. Is that just single Ras or double Ras? That is just single Ras and T2 com. Making a strat. Let's see what Argon has for air. Argon, not even close to T3 air. The top team is going to get fucked. Again, Argon, he is getting T3 maxes though, but you know, it is better to cap them. That's what I was gonna say. And this strat for Apex needs to be used right this minute. There's T3 air, 40% done for Argon up here. Still making interceptors, not a bad idea. Oh, shit, there goes my phone. This strat needs to be moving right now. It is becoming more worthless by the second. You have Argon getting into the water. This strat is just becoming more worthless and worthless as the longer it waits. Don't know what he's doing with it. Anytime now. I have a feeling it's gonna be a while until we see that move. As well as White now has a bunch of T2 factories, not T3. He is stalling like a mofo. How is he stalling that? He's getting T3 and these maxes to T2, so that's why. We have a buttload of units moving in for Argon. If they do not get something over there to defend, they can just kiss their bases goodbye. Where did that strat go? Right here, right up here. There's no anti-air, so that won't have any issues. They don't even know what's over there because they have no radar. I mean, they have radar, but it's just a dumb D2 radar. What Apex needs is ARAS. He doesn't have them on. I assume he's going T3. Yeah, that looks like T3. Alright. Argon. And T3 maxes. Argon, what he needs to do, move all of these units in here. What Yellow needs to do, move all of these units in here. Because they don't have radar. So, they can't see that at all. Well, White is gonna die here. I can just feel it. I doubt he has overcharge. He actually does have overcharge. He probably ringed his Hydra. He did. But he will die nonetheless. If he doesn't die to the rhinos, he's gonna die to the strat. I'm assuming he can't dodge just from the fact that he didn't even try. There goes his T2 power anyways. So, oh, well, actually, he has enough in storage to where he could probably get 10 overcharges off. There he goes, popping at the 21-ish minute mark. The Rhino and a single Viper left over on that side. Now, where are the ACUs? Still no T3 air for Argon. I don't know what he's doing over there, but it's not T3 air for sure. And I feel like that strat is going to come back to defend over there. Making restores. This is T3, I assume. He's mass overflowing. There's no reason he should be pausing his units. What he needs to be doing is unpause his AC. There's literally no reason for him to be paused. He is overflowing mass. He needs to be upgrading more mexes now. He's upgrading one, but he could afford to upgrade both of those. He needs to be claiming that. And while he's doing all that, he needs to be reclaiming, which will give him even more mass per tick. I don't know why he's paused his ACU. You've got T3 land about 50% done for Eddie. No land at all except T1 for Argon, and no plans for T3 land for Gato Samurai, who is trying to get Ras on T2. He is massively mass stalling. That's a bad power stall. Minus 1100 for just a second there. And we have Argon with energy to spare, which is probably what's floating this guy. This attack will be stopped in its tracks. Yep, T3 comm. Now what Apex needs to do is start a GC, use all that mass, maybe get more T3 maxes. He is upgrading that one as well, that's good. He's getting T3 power up. He does not need it though. He's still overflowing because he only has one air factory. Let's see. We have a bunch of Vipers, which are absolutely going to crush this UEF firebase because their TMD is horrible. Might as well not be existent. Just pounding away at that dead Triad. Picking them off one by one. And now the Restorers are going after the Vipers. Take them out, and to save the firebase. Who are they gonna get? They're gonna get at least one more Triad. Potentially another, Nope, they're gonna start aiming at the Mongoose. Team 1 needs some T3 air. They have 3 ASF, which is not nearly enough to stop 3 Restorers, and this many ASF. Also a strat. So Team 1, light years ahead on the air game because Argon did not realize he was air, kind of fell behind. Still actually making T1 for Argon, which he needs to switch to T3 or at least T2 because all these Rhinos are just going to vet up on all these Mantis. There is also the T3 upgrade 90% done for Eddie. Let's see how he's doing on mass and energy. He has 3 T3 maxes, stalling like a bitch on energy. Not caring to claim any of this, neither team caring to claim. I mean, Argon's starting to claim his base. He does have almost 2, I guess 1.5 extra bases, capping the maxes already, making T2 right away instead of upgrading from D1. Upgrading some hives, which I doubt that's going to be a mass effective investment unless he uses it to make a Monkey Lord or something. But he actually does have the mass. Never mind. Don't listen to me. He is overflowing mass, so he needs to get T3, get something. More T3 air on this factory is always good. He's got hives. Was a huge T2 force sitting there on the east side. He probably means west, because this would be the east. And there is actually an Omni up for Eddie. That's why he's stalling so much. He has 1 T2P gen, and he expects to be able to have an Omni. That is a big mistake. Just turn that off. Until realistically he should just give that to Apex Prime, who is actually making a GC, took my advice, but now he needs to take my new advice and reclaim all those motherfuckers, as well as try and expand outwards towards that. Let's see, we've got Restorers cleaning up all the engineers and the units, and then we have ASF coming in to try and kill them. He has 12 ASF and 10 Restorers, and we have Argon on 15 ASF and 13 Interceptors. That will not end well at all for Argon. He's going to lose all of his ASF, especially because of Restorers. It's hard to fight against that many Restorers. And now we have Red making another firebase, complete waste of mass. There's nothing on this half of the map for the other team. This is also a waste of mass. There's nothing even remotely close to it. Even then, there's a large T2 force and T3 coming out now as well for Eddie, who's still power stalling because he doesn't have Raz or anything, and he's got that Omni. The GC's almost done, and I feel this is going to be game. We have 0 T3 land. Well, we're getting T3 land for Archon, but that's not going to be near enough time. It's going to take way more T3 land than they'll be able to pump out, unless that GC doesn't move for 2 ages. Which, no, only 1. He's going right up the middle towards this large number of engineers. I want to know how many that is. 44 engineers. Total Argon is 138. There is a lot of... That's actually a lot of missile launchers. A lot of missile launchers and Mongees. I want to see what his build queue is. Oh. So we have apparently just Mongees, just MMLs, just Mongees. Terrible unit build mix. Way too many MMLs. Although I do suppose there's nothing to stop them in terms of a land unit, so I guess that's fine. But in this case, you should probably go T3 to get Percivals, because Percivals are just beast. Let's see, stopping right there. Do they still not have radar? They have Omni up from Eddie, I assume? Nope, from Apex Prime. So they have 2 Omnis, literally worthless. This one from Eddie can just be controlled, paid, and reclaimed. We have the strat from Apex Prime going over there. Argon seems to be getting his air numbers up. He has 20 ASF and 13 interceptors. Apex Prime, though, has 20 ASF and, of course, these 9 restorers. He also has that GC, too. Let's see, these units need to be moving up for that. These Argon's getting a lot of reclaim, making a bug. He's got a T3 comm. Why is he mass stalling so hard? That's pretty much a bad idea all the way. Mass Fabricator, you don't have the energy to deal with that. And this is painful to watch. Yeah, you know, you have 6 T3 maxes, you're upgrading more, but there's all this reclaim and you're stalling mass so hard. These NGs right here, just reclaim all this and you're fine. The GC is now making headway against these factories and these Vipers. There go the factories, there go the Vipers and the Hoplites. What he needs to do is just move it right in there, and that's game over. See, Argon is, good lord, he's stalling mass. What is he mass stalling from? Jesus, that's 700 mass stall is actually insane. Killing the TML, kind of redundant at this point. Killing the shield, killing the mexes now, or well, mass storage, I suppose. Argon moving in with his ASF, gonna lose all of them. He does not have nearly enough. Scouting with interceptors, it looks like. They do have Omni, so that's why he's scouting a bit. Let's see, he's probably scouting for the Soul Ripper, which will not be completed in time. Yellow is going to die. He's not trying to move at all from the GC, making SAMs. But what he really needs to do is just get into the water, just move over here. Let's see. GC, that bug will not be completed at all. About 70% when the engineers are gonna die, I bet. It's actually not this. There, we can say goodbye to Gato Samurai. Dun dun dun. Making Sans. Sadly, Sans can't protect you against some GCs. Ooh, that Soul Ripper was actually kind of close. It was in the green, so it was above 75%. And we have Argon facing his demise, taking it like a man. Gato apparently has the worst observing skills in the world, not even realizing that this was ever built when it was pinged and said multiple times. Let's see, what's... BC sucking up engineers and loyalists. Of course, the loyalists. Ooh, geez, that's a lot of Mongoose and MMLs. MMLs, of course, are easily dodgeable. Easily dodged. Shadow, stupid loyalists. I'm not sure if he realizes Shadow is dead. This is still being built by what I assume are these hives. Actually, it's not gonna save him or anything. Not even close, but you know, at least it got up, right? Alright, that's game. A lot of mistakes, but I mean, can't really blame him with these ratings. Alright, so that'll be it for this time. I will see you guys in the next video.